up, everybody? We look like we don't have spread today. We had some technical difficulties with him. His power blew on his street 10 minutes ago. He gave me a phone call before the show. So looks like I'll be hosting this one for game 1 of the finals. We got Kurt, we got Meg, we got Holden. How's everyone
got Holden?
Yeah, I'm a boomer. I needed it sent to my email because
I do the same thing.
I sent
do
the
the same thing.
same. I sent it to my email too.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll do it on our phone.
We don't have
page.
MacBooks. We're not cool.
What's up, boys? I got a MacBook. I just don't have my Twitter. I've had some Twitter issues, you know, so gotta go one. What's going on, guys? How are we? I'm in Denver. I'm excited. Everybody's excited here.
How much are tickets going for? Probably
about 1,000 to get in.
Yeah,
that's not as bad as I expected.
No, well, I mean, it's a lot worse, like in other cities. Bigger
What's the atmosphere out there? Are everyone puffing their chest out? They think they got it, or they just happy to be there?
I gotta tell you, and I'm gonna be doing the show with Tony here in a few minutes. Him and JSU. Like, I'm not feeling it around here. The buzz isn't as much. I think it's big in the city, in Denver itself.
Job's not finished.
But out here in the country and in the burbs, not so sure. And what people don't understand is, I don't know about this year. Last year they had the lowest TV ratings in the NBA because most people don't have access to the Nuggets. You have to buy either what is it, like AT&T cable, like 20% of Denver has that, and then Fubo. So really, when you look at it, like 10% of the population here has access to the Nuggets. Wow. It's not good.
I heard you talking about that on another show. That's fascinating. That's interesting.
Yeah, very interesting.
You would think a lot of NBA teams would take that strategy that the Suns took, where they put them on local TV so everyone can watch them. But,
yeah, they just don't give a shit. I guess.
They want money.
Yeah,
they're in the finals now, so I guess it worked out.
Big dogs now.
They're really good owners, though, from the standpoint, like Kroenke. He won a Super Bowl at the Rams. He won a cup with the Avs last year, and now he's got the Nuggets in the finals. So even though they've screwed a lot of people over not being able to watch these games, but I'm pumped, man. I'm extraordinarily excited about game 1 tonight. Tons of bets. Flying around. Tyler, you and I were DMing a little bit. I'm looking forward to what Meg has to say and Kurt has to say. And we'll see if Spread can get his power back on. That'd be awesome.
I mean, unless he's turning into an electrician holding and fixing that transformer, I don't think we see him.
Oh, he got his transformer.
Doesn't sound good. It doesn't sound good.
He gave me a phone call. He said, I heard a loud bang outside and the power went out. I was like, yeah, somebody hit something.
He's done.
Yep, he's done for the day.
Hopefully we can watch the game.
Might have to go somewhere else to watch the game. He's probably just sitting there in the dark.
Yeah.
But
the dark.
What did we think of Game 7 on Monday night, the Boston-Miami game? Kurt, I see your tweets.
I thought we were gonna go. We were so close to just not
Kurt,
talking
I see
about
your
it.
tweets every time from the time they went down 3-0. You were always saying Miami by 35, and
I tried so hard. I tried so hard to
3 times in a row.
I was channeling my inner Kush the Mush.
Yeah.
And I couldn't get my boys home, man. Every day, Heat by 35, Heat by 35, Heat by 35. And then, damn it, I was so close. I was so close. Oh, look, man.
What did you think of the game, Meg?
What did you think of it?
Oh my God. I just wanting to see a good game. I was so disappointed. I just couldn't believe. I know like Tatum rolled his ankle earlier or whatever, but it just seemed like by the fourth quarter, they just knew it was over and didn't give a shit. And it was painful to watch. It's just wanting
so anticlimactic.
It was very anticlimactic. Yeah.
That's not even get a game. I kind of honestly, that 7th game, I kind of really started thinking, okay, well, like, the Heat are probably going to win. Like, this is all set up for like as a Boston fan, obviously a bunch of championships, but like it just seems like sometimes that shit just happens. Like they just let you down, and maybe that's more of like me being a Marshall fan. But like it felt like it was going to happen. I think it would have been a lot closer with the Tatum injury, but for it to happen like that in a blowout is just not fun for anyone.
Yeah, that's very anticlimactic.
Yeah, what do you guys think they should do with the roster? Do you think they should keep Jaylen Brown? You think
we can't pay him that much?
Trade him?
The league is set up for us to not grow organically like that. And we can't, unless we thought he was legit on Tatum's level, which he's not. He's very good, but we cannot pay Jaylen Brown that much. That's just asinine. And it's not anything against Jaylen, even though he played terrible and turned the ball over 30 times. It's more so that's just how the league is set up. Like 2 supermax guys will legit destroy you.
Yeah.
So as a Boston fan, I hope that he goes somewhere where he can flourish and is happy. And I hope that we get a good return for him.
Makes sense.
I think Portland's his destination.
I think it's Portland too. Yeah.
I think you guys are going to end up with Scoot Henderson. He's going to fall to 3. You guys will get that draft pick. You'll draft him and probably get Simons too.
I think it's Portland or somehow New York because I mean,
we don't want a guy that can't dribble left.
I just had it. I mean,
how are we an all NBA player and we can't dribble with our opposite hand? Like that's the wildest thing to me.
His handles have always been extremely sus.
Yeah, it's so bad. Nathan Johnson in the chat saying Jaylen Brown for Lillard. I don't see them.
I love Lillard, but he's not getting any younger, man.
That and plus they want to build around him. They're not going to just dish him off for another guy like that. If anything, they're going to bring Jaylen Brown in to play with Lillard.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Let's dive into tonight's game. What do we got? We got a spread of 9 and the total of 219. We'll go to you first, Kurt. What do you like in this game?
It's because of you. You did this to me about the teams coming off game 7s, man. Like, I think it's going to take a little bit for the Heat to kind of get their footing back. Like, Denver's so rested. They're at least one game. I mean, no matter what Jimmy says, they're going to at least one game to kind of acclimate to that altitude and stuff like that. So I think it's a game where they honestly are down like 20-some, and Spo kind of pulls them a little earlier than he usually would, just because it's a very tall task in this game 1. I do think they get 2, so that's kind of where I'm contrarian. I do think they get 2 in this series because I think they're just a very gritty team, unlike anything Denver's seen so far. You see LA talent, all the talent. You see Golden State. We know what Golden State's MO is. Suns, I mean, once again, it's talent. So not really seeing a team that's just blue collar as hell like the Heat. So I think for that reason, I think the Heat can scrape out 2 eventually. But tonight, I'm going super chalky. I think Denver takes care of business with these.
Cool. What do you think, Meg? What's your side? What side are you on, and what props do you like?
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't mean to be boring, but I absolutely agree with Kurt and with everybody. You know, this is a difficult matchup for the Heat, so I like Denver in this series. But I get what Kurt's saying. I kind of back him on that. They're a gritty team. I could see them game 2, but not tonight. Coming off, I know they went right to Denver. Had the plane booked or whatever before the game. Good for them, but yeah, I just don't see them getting a win tonight, and I am afraid it could be a blowout. So I like the Denver spread tonight.
Cool. All right, the guy in Denver, Holden. What do you think about tonight?
So, I do like the triple double for Jokic. First of all, now I will warn, like game 1s of the series here in the playoffs, he has not landed a triple double in 2 of the 3, but he did against the Lakers, and he started to go bananas. So they've got no answer. Nobody has an answer for Jokic. I would think that they're going to start sliding dudes over to try and double him. That means he gets the assists. If he gets the assists, then he gets a triple double because he's getting the rebounds, he's getting the points, right?
Right.
So I like a Jokic triple double tonight. I like the Nuggets minus 8.5. I do think I put a half a unit pre-game. I'm going to put another half a unit in game because I'm thinking Miami could come out hot in the first quarter at least and make it better game. If it isn't, then I got a full unit on Jokic and a half on the game. But I'll bet it live just because that's how I bet basketball. But again, back to the Jokic triple-double. I think it's a great bet. We were getting it at even money. I think it got pushed. I mean, now it might not even be bettable. What are you seeing, guys? $1.25, minus 130. I didn't want to go more than minus 110 for a triple-double.
Minus 110 on FanDuel.
All right, that's not bad then. If you can get a minus 110, I'm fine with that. But triple-double, I think the Nuggets win tonight. I also, Kurt, was right when I was at the end of the Heat Celtics game. I said, guy, I think that the Nuggets going to win this thing in 6. But that would mean that the Heat probably have to win a game in Denver. Or am I wrong with this? Yeah. And I just don't see that happening. I mean, they are so good at home. Jimmy would basically have to win 2 games by himself. I think he can win 1 game by himself. I'm not sure he can win 2, Kurt. That being said, 6 wouldn't shock me, but I still think 4 or 5 is probably the way to go. And honest to God, I hope we get 7. That would be awesome.
I think it's more the role. It's not sustainable, but I think we see kind of a shock back to life with the shooting regression we've seen from those role players.
Yeah.
I think that could happen in maybe game 5 in Denver. That's what we see. We see like Caleb Martin just keep shooting like prime Steph and stuff like that. So maybe that's the scenario right there. But I agree that it's going to be tough too because they're definitely not going to go back to back when they go to Miami.
Well, somebody else is going to have to score because I don't know if Martin's going to have the same series that he had.
Well, Duncan. Then we saw Lowry had a nut shooting game. It's like this team is luck box. They're shooting from these shit players, bro. Like
One thing I picked out from every name you guys just said in that group, all them guys are about 6'6" and under.
Yep.
And they got a guy on the other side, not just Jokic. Michael Porter Jr. is going to tower over everybody.
They're going to make Michael Porter Jr. like a good defender.
He's gonna drain threes. I think he could be the X factor in this series. Jokic is going to get his. Murray, I could see them putting Butler on Murray if he's hot. But at that point, you're putting a guy like Max Strus, not Gabe Vincent. Maybe Caleb Martin tries to guard Michael Porter Jr. And the way he shoots the ball, he lets the ball go so high off his arc. Those guys, he ain't even going to see half of these guys when he shoots the ball. There's a 4+ threes, and they win the game tonight at +210 for him. Love that because I think he could light it up. And then you could bet the top scorer in the game. I'm on Denver tonight. I think they just walk them right off the floor. I think the Heat use this almost as like a tune-up game. They haven't really seen this Denver team. They play them twice a year. They really don't have much to go off of to where Spoelstra had all the notes and everything he wanted to adjust on the Bucks, the Knicks, and the Celtics. He had everything he wanted before the series even started. It was just depending on how he was going to use it. He needs to get all the notes on the Nuggets as fast as possible because I don't think this series is going to last long. I think this is right like the bubble. They had their nice run. They got to the championship, and you look on the other side. It's a big, dominant team with shooters around the big guys. They're just going to beat them up. I think it's 4 games, a quick sweep, and it's over that fast. I think Jokic just absolutely dominates. Jimmy can't do enough to win one game, and these role player shooting is going to regress a ton.
To Holden's point, also, if you wanted to do the player double, Jokic triple-double and win is +128 on FanDuel, too.
Yep, got a little bit of that, too.
Okay, there you go. Just wanted
to good way to look at it. It's a good way to look at it.
Yeah.
And as far as, same game parlay, that's probably as far as I'll go. I'm not a 3, 4, 5 selection same game parlay guy. Got a hard time enough picking one, and you get 2 and you're correlated. I will say this though, something that I've really learned over the last year doing the same game parlays. If you're going to throw them together, put one non-correlated play in there and see how much.
I was just
going
to say that.
Get.
Yeah, you get insane odd boosts.
Yeah, because
it's ridiculous how fast that jumps.
Yeah, the algo, and that's something I feel like. Same game parlay bettors are usually, hey, let's just throw this in there for fun. Well, if you're trying to win exponentially more money, then do your correlated plays and throw in a non-correlated play. So
that would be like what, Nuggets to win and then a Miami score.
Nuggets win, Jokic triple-double, and then, pick out Bam rebounds or something like that. And it really does escalate the odds a lot. So that'd be my one little tip going into this series. If you're same game parlaying, don't just do correlated same game parlays because the algo has that figured out. They already make it in. The thing is very smart.
Holden's 100% right on that. I mean, I messed with one in that Boston Miami game 7. If you bet the under in the game and then took one of the team total overs, it jumped it up by like plus 2,000. So he's right. Those algorithms, you can mess with them, sit there and play with them. You'll find bets where it's like these odds just shouldn't be that high.
Right.
You get lucky, you hit one of them, and you make a ton of money. So, Meg, you were talking about best ball before the show. I'll let you give your breakdown on the best ball for finals.
Well, I didn't get any best ball teams for NBA best ball. I did do a couple of best ball teams, but they're not looking so hot now. But I do want to let people know that we are heavily in the best ball streets. NFL season, we don't have to wait till September, guys. We find the NFL winners starting right now. We are in the Discord, every single day posting stuff. I'm putting out a ton of NFL best ball content each and every week, and it's hopefully going to be ramping up more and more. So NFL winners start now. Use code SUMMER33, 33% off your first month's payment at Run Pure Sports. And that includes the Optimizer Saber Sim, which to my knowledge, not many other sites do. So take advantage of that SUMMER33 and spend your summer with me in the best ball Discord. How about that?
Yeah, love that. Definitely getting in some best ball this year with you, Meg, because I'm trying to win the big bucks.
And you know what? You find out on New Year, and that's the best part about best ball. You do the work now, set it and forget it, and then you have a sweat on New Year's Day if you make it to the finals. Well, I mean, what better? Can't get much better than that.
Yeah, there's nothing better than that. But let's dive into some props. I know Holden's on the triple double. Kurt, have you picked out any props you like in this game?
I got a hater prop, and I did it already, but I did it again and added a little bit of Holden juice to it. And
hey, settle down there, Droso.
So it's a Caleb Martin hater parlay. Caleb Martin under 6.5 boards. Caleb Martin under 2.5 threes. So the guy's been down. I think he does slide back to the bench role today, but that's not really effective. He's still dropping 20 off the bench. But I think the shooting regression is what really bites him in the ass today. So I did those two parlay together. It was just a little bit over plus to like 2-1. But I added a little non-correlation. I said Caleb Martin over 15.5 points. So do score 16. He doesn't do it on threes. Maybe he only makes 2. Then we get a couple like 5 boards under the 6.5 number, plus 1,000 for that. Wait, yeah, 10-1.
Yeah, love that. What do we think about the elevation tonight? Do we think it affects the Heat at all? I seen one graphic. It says the sea level at Miami 6 foot, and in Denver it's about 5,000. So altitude could give these guys some problems. What do you guys think about that? Do you think we see the Heat gas in this game?
5280, dude. They've been here for 3 days, haven't they?
As I said, they came right from.
I think they
Boston,
came right from Boston.
They're the highest conditioned athletes out there. Maybe there's a little bit, but but then again, you look at Denver and their home record, so maybe there's more to it than I think there is. Teams come here and they really get gassed, and maybe it hits them more in a game 5 if there's a game 5 or something like that. Maybe Denver, and I don't think people talk about this enough. Denver. When I go from here down to sea level, like if I'll visit family in Seattle or Arizona or something, like it's easy for me to walk around, to run around. So you get more oxygen that way too. I'm not going to put too much stock into it, except for the fact the Nuggets have just been great at home. So there might be a factor with that, but these are great, highly conditioned athletes. So if there is going to be a little hit, it might be game 1.
Yeah, I think it's either game 1. I think there's the possibility game 3 gets a little weird because we've seen teams when they head down to Miami and they just have to deal with all that humidity right off the bat. Yeah. Those guys it's just weird when they get down there. Miami's blown teams out every round in that game 3 when they came to Miami. And the other one I think can get weird is game 4, just because that is the only game in this entire series that has 1 day rest. So if they do go into Miami on game 3 and they just can't deal with that heat, the humidity's getting to them and they're gassing, you got a 1 day to recover and you're back out on that floor, to where every other game in this series, you get a few days off to recover. So it can get a little dicey there, but I think the Nuggets will be fine.
That's a good point.
All right, let's see. What other things could we talk about here?
That's it. We're done, Tyler.
We're done.
We got all our thoughts out there. The show is over. I do have a question for you. How's Jimmy performing in game 1?
I think he
got his props.
I wouldn't take his overs as much, because I think he's on that same page as we need to get not film on this team. We need to get a feel for this team before we go and make adjustments and try and beat this team. So could he put up 30 tonight? Yeah, but I think he kind of takes his seat back tonight. He did roll his ankle at the end of the Boston game. If there was ever a game you're going to take off, it's probably game 1 here. So I would lean more towards his unders than his overs here. The only over I would play on Jimmy tonight would be his steals. The dude just gets so many steals. I know it was Boston. They can't hold the ball to save their life. It's like stealing candy from a baby with them. But I think he could still get 2 steals in this matchup.
That's interesting. Yeah. I'd probably be more interested in his assist or rebounds than his points. Just, it's a big line on the points. So.
And looking on FanDuel, they have some fun ones on here too. Like they have a Jokic to score 45 points, which, I mean, that's a lot, but the other guys around him aren't hot. We've seen him put up 50 in a playoff game. That's 40-1. Michael Porter Jr., we talk about him. He's an X factor here. He gets hot from 3, 30 plus at 40-1. Those are just some fun bets I see on the board that I like. And then just looking at the series props, is there anything you guys like there? Like with the averages, who averages the most points, who averages the most assists? Anything you guys like there?
I need to get there. Hold on. I'm on FanDuel right now.
I think the biggest one for the series then would be the number of games that it finishes in.
Yeah.
If you hit a game 5, what is that, plus 240? You're really kind of boxed in, either taking the Nuggets in 4 and the Nuggets in 5, or the Nuggets in 5 and the Nuggets in 6. You're kind of boxed in there. So I think that's a bet that I'm not taking, that I'm probably going to end up betting as the series goes on, just in case. If the Heat win game 1, then I'm all in on it. Then I'm all in on maybe Nuggets in 5, Nuggets in 6, but I'm not going to do that at the price right now.
Yeah, I see they have some finals MVP parlays too. Like if you want to do Jokic to win the finals MVP, Denver sweeps is 5-1. which I don't think that's very good odds. I'm pretty sure the
You
sweep
know
was
what?
6-1.
You know what? I'm done after the Caleb Martin got robbed by Jimmy Butler. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah, that was
Jokic. Jamal Murray could score 35, could average 35 points a game and be better than Jokic. Let's just say it's a 6-game series and be better than Jokic in 4 of the 6 games, and they'll still give it to Jokic.
Yeah,
for sure.
It's just the way it goes. I'm done. That burned me forever.
Too.
I'm never betting because Martin was the MVP of that series. He was clearly better than Jimmy Butler in
for sure.
At least 4, if not 5 of those games, and Jimmy still got the MVP.
That was such robbery, man.
Yeah.
I felt for you.
And you lost it by one vote.
One vote. Yeah, it was Reggie Miller.
Of course.
Good old Reggie. Out to me
what about NBA the finals scoring leader Jamal Murray? You get at plus 260. I don't mind that.
I don't mind that at all either.
Just because he does so well at home, and then especially if it is only a 4-game series, and he pulls his weight in Miami.
I like it.
I don't mind that. Yeah.
Only worry there is he catches Jimmy defense if he gets hot.
Yeah, right.
That's my only worry there. But do like that bet. And just looking at these, I'm not sure I see anything else I like on this board. There's a Martin to score 25 plus points in any NBA Finals game at minus 115. If you could give me a no on that, I would gladly bet the no because I think that dude regresses a ton. But I don't see much else on this board I like. Anything else you guys like on the board?
Do we think the Heat's? What do we think about the Heat's rotations? Like, if you guys think Martin regresses, which bench players do you kind of trust the most? Like, kind of what's your hands in the dirt take?
To be honest, looking around at them, it's like the matchup they caught with Boston was pretty good. The Knicks matchup was a little sloppy because they played a weirder defense. And they played the Bucks, who also played drop coverage like the Celtics. I don't think these role players match up well with this Denver team. Okay. These guys are a lot bigger, like Aaron Gordon, Michael Porter. They put Bruce Brown out there. Like, they could defend very well. Michael Porter's not the best defender, but he's going to tower over these guys. He's going to have length over these guys. He's going to be able to get his hand up on these shots and contest them. So I'm not sure I trust many of these role players in this series. Like, if Duncan Robinson goes out there, he's getting absolutely cooked. Like, he's going to get cooked by any of those guys that have that ball. If it's KCP, he'll be able to cook them. If it's Jamal, he's going right around them. Bruce Brown will go beat him off the dribble too. So I don't think you could play much Duncan Robinson in this series.
Really?
Yep.
Because the DFS guys that's a lot of salary to do.
The thing about Duncan is he doesn't stop. He doesn't stop moving. So if he runs actions for him again, like he was doing, it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter who you have defending him. When you're running actions and a guy's not going to stop moving like Curry, we're just running constantly. He's going to get looks. So that's kind of I'm on Duncan for the series if he's hitting shots, obviously. But I think as far as defenders go, I wouldn't be worried if he runs actions for him.
Yeah, I could see that if they're running screens for him, but I feel like it's one of those things that they kind of wait to use him. And if he comes in, it's like, all right, we're down 15. You better chuck threes and get us caught up. So that's my thing about him. And let's talk some DFS. Who's our favorite captain tonight?
Come on.
It's expensive to get him in there, Holden.
Yeah, but you know what?
Not if
you can get the guys you need and then Jamal Murray.
Yeah.
So, and then the blowout script. You know what, Kurt? And I'm going to be doing that show with JSU and Tony here pretty soon. What about the blowout script tonight, dude?
Yeah.
Because we got to find. I know Rubio's saying Duncan Robinson as the captain. There's got to be some other guys we can throw in there to make it work. But I kind of like this Murray captain build.
Yeah, I played around with a Murray captain build too.
I have it.
If we're thinking blowout too, how late until the 1K guys come in? The Christian Brauns, the Reggie Jacksons, like, do they get any run?
I'm not playing the Denver blowout guys.
No,
you would play the Miami blowout guys instead.
Yeah. So, Holden, does the Murray captain build you have? Does it have 2 Miami blowout guys that will get blowout run? I have a 4-2 Murray build, and it's the only 2 Heat guys I have are straight up guys that will play in blowout.
Give me just a second. I'm back. Give me just a second to find my lineups here. I know there was at least one that I had in there. One blowout. I think Zeller is actually going to have a role this series. And who's the other guy?
That's what I was going to ask about.
And here we go. I'm aligned with Rubio again too. I see. I see Kevin Love having something in this series too. They're going to need to run bodies at Jokic, so I think it's going to be a much different series than what we saw in that last series.
Exactly.
So Murray, you can get actually no. All you need is Zeller, or all you need if you throw Zeller in there, you can get Murray, Jokic, Porter, and then you can kind of figure out the rest of them. And then you can get up to Love if you go down from Bruce Brown to, some other middling player. But I kind of like the Murray captain build because I can get my guys in there. I
you
really
think
like
Love
Porter
start?
too.
You think Love starts and gets like his
Spread
more
here?
normal minutes?
Yeah, look who showed. He's trying.
He's trying.
And a lot of my stuff, I did
hear you.
Highsmith / Zeller. So I'm kind of doing it. I'm going to have or Highsmith or Zeller in a lot of lineups.
Doesn't Highsmith seem like if the Heat went and created their own player and they were like, we're just going to make this guy or Heat culture player? Like, it almost seems like they made him in a lab.
I cannot believe he didn't get in the rotation for game 6 or was it game 5?
Yeah, that was wild to me too. But I mean, he had them a couple little spurts in game 7. He got a steal, got a quick bucket. So he looked good there. Our guy Spreads just still trying to load in. He's trying.
Well, while he's trying to load in, I will say, if you're a Run Pure subscriber, obviously check out Rubio's playbook because his playbook is awesome. He has it up early, and it goes through everything we're kind of talking about. Now, if you're not a Run Pure subscriber, obviously use code SUMMER33. It's going to help you. He's going to have a playbook each and every obviously finals game, and it breaks it down perfectly. So I love the way he broke it down. I know that's what Holden was obviously looking at to say he was kind of aligned with Rubio, and I agree.
Did you hear me? Did you hear anything I said about that build with Murray?
Yeah.
Okay,
I heard.
Like, there's also, just so you guys know, there's toxic seaweed that eats flesh coming into Florida beaches.
Saw that.
So just keep an eye on that.
Watch out for that.
Hopefully none of the Nuggets. I don't want the Nuggets hanging out at the beach because that could be a massive flesh-eating bacteria. Probably going to keep you out a couple days.
Jokic doesn't rub me as the kind of guy that hangs out at the beach, Holden. He's in
Jokic, no.
He's in the mountains hanging out with his horses and taking care of his
horses on the beach. Try to sabotage the series. Put the chariot and the horses on the beach just to try to get him to the beach and
get him to the seaweed
in the system.
Oh, poor Spread's trying, huh?
He's trying.
All right. You know what?
Here it comes again.
Oh boy. Poor Spread.
But I listened to part of the Sabre show before this show, and then I know Holden, you're obviously going to be on with Tony and JSU, so I know they covered it really well. You guys are going to cover it really well. But I particularly do really love the Jamal Murray captain build just because of what you can do.
They like it too. Rubio and them liked it.
I didn't hear exactly. I was more hearing their flex plays at that part, the part I was listening to.
Yeah.
But obviously per the playbook, I obviously can tell. So.
Yeah, definitely love using that playbook. If you haven't watched that optimizer show that went on before, I'd definitely check that out. And after the show, Holden, what time are you guys going live? You, Tony, and JSU?
Top of the hour, so 30 minutes.
Yeah, 30 minutes. Those guys will be on giving you all their takes too. So make sure you watch all those shows, subscribe to the YouTube channel, give us all a thumbs up, and move us up the algorithm. Because the more our videos populate the top of the channels, the more you'll be able to find them. We won't be stuck in the back rooms on YouTube at the bottom of the page. So it's good to get us towards the top so you can find those videos easy. But I'm not sure our guy Spread's going to be able to get in here. He's trying hard.
Poor guy.
Difficulties are the worst. He's probably moving people up his kill list now because of this. So hopefully one of them's not me. But let's dive into the best bets section. What's our best bets for tonight? We'll start with you, Kurt.
The hater parlay. Caleb Martin under 2.5 threes. Caleb Martin under 6.5 boards.
Cool. Love that. Meg, you want to go ahead with yours?
Yeah, I kind of like a lot of the Denver guys' threes. I like the threes, but I'm not even going to put a parlay together. KCP really seemed to catch fire in that last series. Seems to play well at home. So you can get Caldwell Pope 3+ threes at +220. And then I also love the Joker triple-double and win at +128.
Love both of those. Holden, I'm pretty sure I know your best bet for tonight, but you want to go ahead and give it out?
Why don't you give it out for me?
The Jokic triple-double. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Jokic triple-double. He's going to crush tonight. He's going to get his triple-double in 3 quarters. They're going to be up 30.
You know what? That is a great point. That is a great point. It's Kush the Mush's play. You might want to go against it, but one more game you could go with me, and then we'll figure out.
Yeah, love all those bets. Mine's going to be, you could do the win margin on this game. Instead of laying the 9 points and betting a -110, just give me Denver to win by 11 plus at +115. I think they crush this team. I think they win by at least 15. I'd rather get the plus money, and I don't want to mess with an alt spread of, say, 13.5, 14.5, and then win the game by 12. So going to take that 11 plus. Love that. I'm going to bet some Michael Porter props and that 4 plus threes, and they win the game at +210. So love all those bets. Our guy Leon in the chat says he just subs. I'd love to see that. Get in the Discord.
Hey,
love it.
Nice job, man.
Yeah, get in the Discord, Leon.
Summer 33.
Yeah, Summer 33 promo code, or use our guy's spread promo code, spread 15. Get 15% off your first month. We got to give out his promo code since he's having some technical difficulties today.
Fuck that. Kurt 15.
Kurt 15.
Actually, who are we all kidding, bro? Do Summer 33.
We're going to want it the 33%
yeah,
off.
do Summer 33. Best Summer League promo.
I'm just taking a wild stab at people.
Summer 33.
Kurt, do we get DFS for Summer League?
Why do you think I'm employed, bro?
Oh, I love
Yeah, we
that.
have-
Literally, the only reason I got the job here was because I did the Summer League content.
Yeah, we're going to crush that. I
And
can't wait
we've
for
been
Summer League.
crushing it for the past 2 years. We also will, they won't have DFS for the TBT tournament, but I'll be watching it thoroughly. I got a couple of my friends who play in the tournament. I'll be giving out prize picks, underdog, parlays, bets for that the TBT tournament, which is awesome during the day too. So little day hoops, day bets for you all.
Yeah, love that. Can't wait for Summer League. You crushed the DFS side. I hit the winner last year at 9-1.
Ooh.
So love to see both of those. Meg, you want to give your take on your best ball stuff and where everyone can find that stuff at?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to be doing multiple articles each week. I'm doing a best ball interview series. I interviewed myself for the first one, give you my background. And then I interviewed Glock the GOAT. His interview is up right now. And what's great about best ball is it's just like DFS. You can approach it different ways. You can have different strategies and still have success. So you can hear throughout the summer, all of Run Pure's coordinators, different strategies in best ball, but I'm going to be doing a ton more best ball content. So like I said, guys, don't wait till September to get NFL winners. NFL winners starts right now. So let's find them together. And again, join me in the best ball Discord. We're in there already, firing away, showing our drafts, giving feedback, all that good stuff.
Love it, Meg. Can't wait to play some best ball with you guys tonight. Holden, my guy, where can they find all your stuff at?
I don't know. You know where I am. I gotta go outside and move the car. We might have hail coming in. Thanks for inviting me. Actually, Spread invited me, but thanks for sending me the link, and it was fun. And I appreciate it, guys. You're all awesome. Summer 33.
Good to see you.
Hang out with you, Holden.
See you, amigos.
Well, and hopefully he gets the car inside before the hail comes down. That isn't hail. That is the Heat players shooting the ball, fellas.
Exactly. That's what I'm hoping.
But all right, I think we're at that point. I think we're at the words of wisdom, and I'm going to let you two decide on who gives it out today.
Come on, Kurt is always way more entertaining than me.
I gave it last week, didn't I?
I think I gave it last week. Are we going to have like a battle here, Kurt?
No.
I can't. Tyler, do you remember who gave it last week? This is like two kids fighting.
I think it was Kurt.
Ah!
I can't remember, Meg. I don't because I think our last show was 2 weeks ago.
No, we had one.
We had one last week
for yeah. Okay. Well, I kind of covered it already, but I would really like to see you guys in the Best Ball Discord with me all summer long. Be sure to follow my Best Ball content all summer long on Run Pure. But again, while we're searching for NFL winners, while we can, follow the guys, Joey Work and Draft Heat and the baseball guys, and of course, Snyder and AP and the golf guys, they're all going to help you there. We still got a couple weeks of basketball here for NBA finals. So let's go print some winners tonight and Run Pure.